Welcome back to the Science Hub SKB. Part 5. Physical properties, chemical properties, mixtures versus compounds. What are physical and chemical properties? The properties of matter describe the characteristics and behavior of matter. They are divided into two main categories: physical properties and chemical properties. We categorize matter as undergoing physical or chemical changes to understand whether the substance's identity changes, determine if it's reversible, study energy involvement, and better analyze and predict matter's behavior. Physical properties are characteristics that can be observed or measured without changing the substance's identity. Examples of some physical properties are mass, volume, density, state, color, melting point, boiling point, solubility, and conductivity. Chemical properties describe how a substance interacts with other substances, changing its composition. Examples of chemical properties are reactivity, flammability, toxicity, acidity or basicity, and oxidation states. During a physical change, matter changes form but not its chemical identity. Here are some examples of physical changes: melting, chopping wood, cutting paper, boiling water. Here are some more examples of physical changes: breaking a glass, folding paper, cracking an egg, ice melting, and boiling water. A chemical change is a chemical reaction that forms new products. For example, combustion, rusting, digestion, and rotting. Here are some more examples of chemical changes: electrolysis, boiling an egg, fireworks, reacting baking soda and vinegar, and baking a cake. Mixtures versus compounds. Mixtures are made by physically combining substances. Mixtures are separated easily into its separate parts. The process is reversible. While in compounds are formed when elements combine chemically. Compounds cannot be easily separated into their individual elements. The process is not easily reversible. Comprehension. Circle the pictures that represent a physical change. So here we have folding paper, frying an egg, rusting, combustion, broken glass, rotting, and melting. Which ones are representing physical changes? Great job! So folding a paper, broken glass, and melting are all examples of physical changes. What is the difference between a physical change and a chemical change? Give examples of physical changes and chemical changes. During a physical change, matter changes form but not its chemical identity, while chemical change is a chemical reaction that forms new products. Examples of physical changes are breaking a glass, cracking an egg, cutting paper, chopping wood, or ice melting. Examples of chemical changes are boiling an egg, baking a cake, digestion, electroplating, combustion. After school, Paul cracked an egg into a mixing bowl. The bananas had over-ripened, so he used them along with the egg to make pancakes. He added some flour, sugar, water, and essence to the mixing bowl to make the batter. He fried the batter and made 25 pancakes to share with his family. He took 2, cut them into small pieces, and ate them and drank some juice. After the food digested, he went for some more. The physical changes are in red and the chemical changes are in blue. Pink represents that both types of changes must occur during the action. So cracking an egg, making batter, and cutting the pancakes into smaller pieces all represent physical changes, while the ripened bananas and the frying of the batter as well as the food digesting represent chemical changes. Eating and drinking represent both types of changes having to occur within the same time frame. Let's look at the reasons why. When cracking an egg, the egg's chemical composition is not being altered. No new substances are formed. It is physical because you're breaking the shell and separating the egg's contents. The egg's structure is physically changed. When mixing ingredients to form batter, the individual components, flour, sugar, eggs, etc., retain their chemical properties. Even when you add water with the dry ingredients, the water dissolves some components like sugar or salt and hydrates others like flour, but the chemical structure of the ingredients remains unchanged. Cutting pancakes is a physical change because it only changes the shape and size of the pancakes without altering their chemical composition. The molecules that make up the pancakes remain the same before and after cutting. No new substances are formed, so it's purely a physical change. Ripening bananas is a chemical change because it involves chemical reactions that alters the banana's composition, such as the breakdown of starch, which is converted to sugar. The green chlorophyll in the peel breaks down, revealing yellow pigments and eventually brown spots, and the enzymes soften the banana, changing its texture by breaking down the cell walls and pectin in the fruit. Frying batter is a chemical change because it involves cooking food at high temperatures, which causes chemical reactions such as caramelization and the Maillard reaction, altering the food's chemical composition. The Maillard reaction is a complex chemical reaction that occurs when proteins, amino acids, and sugars in foods are exposed to heat, resulting in browning and the development of new flavors and aromas. It's responsible for the rich, savory, and toasty flavors in cooked or baked foods. Caramelization is a chemical reaction that occurs when sugar is heated, leading to its breakdown and the formation of new compounds that provide rich brown colors and complex flavors. Unlike the Maillard reaction, caramelization involves only sugars without the presence of proteins. Digestion is a chemical change because during this time, enzymes and acids chemically break down food and the liquids into simpler substances that the body can absorb. And finally, drinking and eating involves both physical and chemical processes. When you drink and or eat, the liquid and the food is physically moved or swallowed and broken into smaller particles. It is a physical change because no chemical bonds are altered in this stage. Once the food or liquid enters your digestive system, enzymes and acids start breaking them down chemically. For example, breaking sugars down. This is the chemical change. And just like that, you've completed Investigating Matter. I'd like to thank you for watching all of the episodes that I've created. I hope that this has helped you with your understanding and that all of the information will be used to your advantage for testing. Bye.